What's good? So I tested this last night, and just coming to providing the commentary or adding it in, this will be the double lead Golden Frieza with the EZA tested on Battle Road. As you can see, the friend lead I borrowed did have some decent levels toward evasion. I'm guessing that was a setup prior to the EZA because, you know, in the past it lacked the damage mitigator if HP went below 50%. However, with the EZA, I do want to go ahead and say that you really don't need levels toward evasion. You still do get a 50% damage reduction even when HP is below 50%, so it's really okay. But you know, it still does help to some degree. But just wanted to clarify that. So again, this is pretty similar team to what I previously did about a week ago. However, I did make sure to include the hit unit. I was a little bit on the fence about the tech hit because of link set issues. Doesn't really, you know, mesh well with the rest of the team. You do have to kind of focus a little bit on links a little bit. Like shocking speed is one that definitely does help, and you know, units like Golden Frieza do have that link. Now, in terms of other units, you know, Perfect Cell, as much as I love the unit and as great as the unit is, the links are pretty terrible in terms of overall cohesion with the rest of the team. So, you know, you really do have to like keep them linked up with, again, Golden Frieza for the revival link, you know, stuff like that. But at the same time, you can't really force positions, you know what I mean? Like, you can't force units to be linked together. I mean, it's highly dependent on where the enemy attacks are coming, you know what I mean? So that's one of the things you have to phase in. The Super Boo unit, obviously, I kept them in. I was actually on the fence of whether to replace either Super Boo or Perfect Cell, or not Perfect Cell, but Hit with the World Tournament Perfect Cell because of the key boost and attack and defense increase that unit provides as the passive support. But Perfect Cell, this one, you know, defends pretty well. His attack output's pretty good based on the key collected. And then Super Boo, I really needed him because of, you know, that 30% HP recovery based on damage dealt. So it all like kind of lines up together. It's especially with a no items run, you know what I mean? So each individual unit does provide some sort of benefit to the rest of the team. So it does, you know, require some thought into it, I guess. And it's hard to replace certain units because, you know, even though their links might not be the best, it's really hard to replace them because of each functions that, you know, the units bring. So far so good. Again, you know, the hit unit, the links are a little bit of an issue. However, it's a very good unit because, again, you know, you have the ability to stun the enemies based on super attack, medium chance to stun the attacked enemy as a part of the passive, and as well as, you know, attacks effective against all types when stunned and whatnot. So it's a pretty good package overall. However, it kind of makes it difficult sometimes to get enough ki to be able to super attack for every single unit. So in this case, you know, you kind of had to put him in the third slot. LR Goku Black attack stats are, you know, definitely up there because of all the attacks that he received, or the unit received, in the very beginning of the battle, so definitely improving a little bit. And Transforming Frieza, I mean, that's definitely one of the more important units, I guess, so to speak, because of the versatility and links definitely does help. So, you know, it's like, it really, I don't know, it's just hard to replace that unit, especially if you have a couple of dupes in them. So, I mean, so far things are going pretty well. Of course, you know, Golden Frieza, you really don't have to worry about any defensive issues. It's a phenomenal unit, especially with the EZA. Pretty much, your damage reduction is 80% when HP is 50% or above, and then if it drops below, if team HP falls below 50%, you still get a 50% reduction. On top of that, you do have various attack increases, and then a further additional increase if HP is below 50%. So it's all like interchangeable in a way, depending on how the battle situation is. But you know, so far things are going pretty clean for the most part. Again, I will go ahead and say I definitely did make mistakes. I mean, it's part of Super Battle Road. I mean, I think I saw it on a couple of comments in previous videos where, you know, you should have done this, you should have done that. And that, you know, what I have to say about that is you know, it's always easy to reference something in hindsight, but you know, when you're in the midst of battle, you know, especially on Super Battle Road, like mistakes definitely do happen, and it's just like so many things going on at once. You know, you don't catch everything. You try to play as well as you can, but at the same time, you know, mistakes are definitely going to happen. So, you know, that's probably what I wanted to say about that one. So, you know, unfortunately, LR Goku Black wasn't able to super, but these two units definitely can help, especially Super Buu with the HP recovery. I kind of want him to be able to recover as much HP as possible, you know what I mean? So that's one of the units where I did prioritize a little bit in terms of super attacks. Now, in this situation, you know, it's like who to place where based on, you know, the key links. And in this case, because of the defensive abilities for Perfect Cell, I ended up putting him in the second slot, and then fortunately, because of that, Hit was able to super as well. So, you know, it could have gone either way in terms of Hit being the second slot to potentially, you know, stun the enemy. But in this case, I wasn't sure if one or the two were going to be able to super. So in that case, I did want to go ahead and give it to Perfect Cell first, but you know, like, I mean, if he's not able to stun the enemy, like his Hit's defense is a little bit, I wouldn't say shoddy, but he definitely does take more damage than the Perfect Cell unit. So that's kind of one of the reasons why I wanted to keep Perfect Cell in the second slot versus putting him in the last slot. And, you know, the HP recovery definitely does help, both from LR Goku Black as well as, you know, some of the links between the Frieza family units. You know, it definitely does help in terms of doing these runs without any items. You know, every little bit helps. Now, again, you're facing these issues with the key links, you know what I mean? So, like, unfortunately, it's not going to be every rotation you're going to be able to super attack with every single unit. So in this case, you know, there are the most attacks coming in the first slot, so obviously you want to put Golden Frieza there to be able to tank all the attacks, and then hopefully take care of business with the transforming Frieza, and then you know, the last remaining HP levels with the LR Goku Black unit. But took about 110,000 in damage there, a little bit more than I wanted, but you know, it is what it is. I think we're okay in terms of HP. And then a super attack comes in, you're like, shit, another 80,000 on top of that. So, yeah, this is a no-brainer right here. You got to put Golden Frieza, regardless of whether he can super or not. I mean, he's got to be able to tank those attacks. Otherwise, Perfect Cell is going to take quite a few in damage. Super Buu, I mean, we're not even talking about that dude because he'll take a lot of damage. But, you know, in this case, Perfect Cell, you know, do you sacrifice that and then just hope for super attack with Super Buu? And then I screwed up major here where none of the guys were able to super attack, so it was like, god damn it, you know, like wasted pretty much a whole round with that. And honestly, I probably lost a lot of time because of this and not being able to super with at least one unit. So that was a little bit of a wasted opportunity. But again, you know, things like that happen. You know, like, you're not always going to play this perfectly, and you know, shit like that happens, and it is what it is. You know what I mean? So that's partially what's fun about Super Battle Road is you know, it's definitely higher on the adrenaline side versus other Dokkan events and whatnot, and you know, mistakes are prone to happen, I guess. So hopefully Hit is going to be able to stun the enemy here, but you never know. It's one of those, like, you know, luck type of deals, but that didn't happen. But Frieza should be able to finish off the Great Saiyaman, so not a real issue there. And then slowly progressing through, and then we have 2 more battles coming up after this. So HP is definitely a little bit on the low side. It looks to be about 163,000. So the thing about the Vegeta and Trunks unit, they do tend to super a decent amount, just from my personal experience. Again, you're going to put Golden Frieza up front. You got to, you know, you got to be able to defend, and then it's a matter of, you know, how much in damage can LR Goku Black handle. Now, it could have been a better choice to go ahead and put Goku Black in the middle and then try and get the Perfect Cell unit to stun. However, Golden Frieza and Perfect Cell share the revival link, so if you break him out of location, then chances are, you know, he's not going to be able to super attack. Not that it really matters, because I had to sacrifice Goku Black's super attack anyway, but I think in this sense, it would make sense to give the super attack to Perfect Cell, and then Goku Black can take 2 attacks to increase that unit's attack for the next time they show up. But it's a little bit of a gambit, because Goku Black can definitely take a decent amount in hits, and here we go, right here. So 117,000 HP dropping like crazy, and then luckily Golden Frieza is in the rotation, but 49,000 is very little HP. A super attack could definitely drop it down a little bit. It's a matter of surviving the rotation here. So Dokkan mode is fortunately going to activate. We are going to give it to Golden Frieza, because honestly we can't place anybody else there, because we'll get KO'd before the Dokkan mode even activates. So hopefully Hit will be able to, you know, this is where I made another mistake, is Hit was supposed to attack Vegeta, but I forgot to place the attack there. So it's like, okay, if Hit gets hit, which is like redundant, but if he gets hit, then it could potentially KO the team here. And then if not, you know, Boo's got to be able to get that critical and recover as much HP as possible here. Otherwise, like, this team's not going to make it outside of this round. So we'll see how much damage Golden Frieza actually provides here. Every little bit definitely helps. Alright, so 2.7 mil, definitely took care of Trunks, so that helps. And then automatically, you know, the attack goes to Hit, but let's see what happens here, right? And then Super Boo came in clutch. Not only did he recover 30% of HP from a crit, but he's only got a rare chance to stun, and he stunned Vegeta that time. That's crazy how clutch he came through on that one. That was, when that happened, I was like, damn, he came in. He came in with the business. So we're not worried about anything here. I mean, pretty much full HP, Golden Frieza in the first slot, even though Vegeta's stunned anyway, so it doesn't matter. So pretty much going to pummel away at the HP as much as possible. Hopefully we can finish it off in this rotation here, but we'll have to see. So that Vegeta's Knucklehead had just enough HP to survive, but I guess it's okay. Like, we can, you know, set things up for the you know, the next battle coming up, and, you know, collect some ki while we're at it, and whatever. So a little stubborn ass Vegeta wanted to survive another round just to avoid the inevitable. Alright, so that is the third battle, and then we're moving on to the last one. So I think this one is with the pretty much like Super Saiyan 3 Goku and like the rest of the squad, basically. So 5 total units. It can be a little bit difficult, but again, this is where Golden Frieza and his EZA come in so well, is because 80% reduction, and you got all those attacks coming in the first slot. Yeah, it makes life a lot easier. It really does. So in this case, during this run, I decided to just go ahead and get rid of Goku first, and then slowly chip away at the rest of the units. So even though, like, I'll switch on and off between who to eliminate first, in this run I just wanted to go ahead and get rid of Super Saiyan 3 Goku, just get it out of the way, because the unit does tend to attack a little bit more than the rest of the units. So I think in this case it would be alright, even though I think the HP levels are probably a little bit higher than the rest of the units. It's just worthwhile to go ahead and knock that out, you know, get rid of it. I can't even talk straight right now. Basically get rid of him first, and then eliminate, you know, the rest of the units little by little. And I don't know what's going on with Super Boo during this run, because he only has a rare chance to stun, but he's been stunning pretty frequently. You know, it's pretty crazy. It definitely does help a lot. In this case, here again, the situation is like, okay, what do? Do you leave Hit in the middle slot and then hope for Perfect Cell to be able to defend a little bit better? But in this case, like, you're looking at neither of the two units being able to super here. So that's what I mean, and what I've said at the beginning, where the key links are definitely a little bit of an issue with this team. But it's really hard to, like, compromise on that, because each of these units I've included on the team have their own specific purpose as to why they're on it. You know what I mean? Like Hit provides those stunning mechanics, you know, and you know all the good stuff, and then Perfect Cell, like you really want him there because of, you know, the attack and defense increase based on key collected. So it's like it's hard to like give that up and include a unit like the World Tournament Perfect Cell instead, because even though that unit provides a key boost and attack and defense boost, like you're going to be missing out on all the other perks from what the other units could potentially bring. So that's kind of like the problem with that one, you know. But we did eliminate Goku out of the picture, so things are a little bit getting a little bit better. Again, the key issues continued. It's one of those recurring issues, you know what I mean? But you know, it is what it is. Looking back on it now, it seems like I definitely did. I thought I made a mistake in terms of collecting ki, but fortunately, things worked out to where both Frieza and Goku Black were able to get enough for the Super. So, and I think additional tag just kicked in there, so that helps. And then Gohan, again, one of those situations where very little in HP left over. For some reason, the bastard didn't want to die, and then pretty much wasted a super attack on that. But, you know, it is what it is. You know, stuff like that happens. And then, of course, get supered on against Goku Black and take about 135,000 in damage. So that definitely hurt a little bit. However, pretty good situation here where, you know, again, Golden Frieza can take pretty much all the attacks. Hit is going to try and stun Vegeta as well, and then hopefully Super Buu can do something with, you know, recovering some of that HP levels. But in this case, I thought I didn't have enough ki, but luckily the yellow ki was enough to get a super attack, so that definitely does help in terms of recovering some of that HP, however little that may be. And then we went ahead and dropped Vegeta's attack as well, so that definitely does help. And then again, I'm telling you, like Super Buu on this run, he was coming in clutch like crazy, like another stun, and he only has a rare chance to stun. So, you know, that definitely did avoid receiving any attacks and pretty much back to full HP. So, you know, it's crazy how sometimes certain units can outshine others, I guess. But you know, that's the beauty of Battle Road, I guess. Alright, so pretty good attacks incoming here. Most of these guys can hit for pretty well, and I think we can at least eliminate Vegeta here, and then work our way toward some other units. So now all the attacks coming are pretty limited, very little compared to what it was initially. So things are a little bit more smoother and a little bit less. I don't know what the right word for it is, but you know, you can kind of be at ease a little bit, even if Goku Black gets supered on. HP levels are high enough to where it's not really going to do much. Plus, you have Golden Frieza coming up every round. You know, every rotation you have a version of Golden Frieza, so that definitely does make things easier in terms of knowing that at least one unit would be able to tank a lot of attacks. So that definitely does help, and that's probably the way you want to go about it, is you want to have both of those Golden Friezas alternating off of each other, so you at least have one unit that can pretty much tank all the attacks, like where the most attacks are coming from. So that'll definitely help. In this case, we don't really care. I think, you know, Trunks is stunned. We can pretty much eliminate him this rotation, I think. So let's just go ahead and get rid of this bastard, too. Alright, so that's it. Yeah, made things a little bit easier. And if I look at the time, I think it was like 2 minutes quicker than the no items run I did before. So having Golden Frieza with the EZA double leaders helps. Having Hit definitely does help as well to some degree. So, Again, this is just another run sample, so hopefully you guys enjoyed the video. As always, I do appreciate you watching, and definitely stay tuned for the next one. Alright, peace out, guys.